what's up, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time visiting me here, hi, I'm Maria, and I'm so glad that you're joining me. So for today's video, we're going to be doing a what's in my bag but backpack edition. So today I'm going to be showing you everything that I have in my backpack for school. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe down below before you leave so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. I upload twice a week, Tuesdays and Sundays, so I would love to see you back here on my channel. Alright, so let's just get into everything that I have here in my backpack. So this is the bag that I carry around for school. I actually just got this backpack this year because my one that I was using before for a few years started to get like worn and ripped and stuff, so I was like, let me just go ahead and buy a new one. This one is from Adidas, as you probably can tell, but I believe I got this at Marshall's before the beginning of the school year this past summer, and it was a pretty good deal. I think this exact one was at like Dick's Sporting Goods and other places for maybe like $50 in that range, but it was actually at Marshall's for, I want to say it like 30 or less than that. So definitely check out Marshall's, TJ Maxx, all those places once the back to school season rolls around again, because they usually have some pretty good deals on backpacks. So let's just start off with everything that I have in the outside of my backpack, and then we will go into the inside. But in this little pocket over here, I just have my umbrella. This one is nice because it's like pretty tiny, and it has this strap that goes around it, as most umbrellas do, so that you can kind of make it a little bit smaller, which is nice because then it fits in this little pocket nicely. But this one, I'm not sure where it's from, but you can honestly find these umbrellas like literally anywhere. I just like to have one in my backpack at all times because you never know when it's gonna rain here, so I like to be prepared because I don't want to be like soaking wet on my walk to or from class. And then on this side over here, I have my water bottle. This is a little bit big to fit in this pocket, so I kind of have to jam it in there every time that I put it in, but having my water bottle on me is essential at all times because, as you guys may have known if you watched my 2020 goals video, I'm trying to drink more water this year, so I don't leave the house mostly at any time, not even just going to class, without having something to drink. Water, most likely. So yeah, that is why that stays in that pocket. Now we will go into this front little pocket here. This bag doesn't have too many external pockets, so I kind of just have to shove everything into this front one here. But first, I obviously have some pens and pencils up here because that would be silly to go to class without them. As you can tell, I have a pretty good bunch, but I like to keep it pretty stocked in case I lose one or if one of them runs out of lead or something. So I have 4 mechanical pencils up here. I prefer these ones that are 0.7 millimeters instead of the 0.9 lead, but obviously I still use these ones. And then I also have a regular pencil in case I ever happen to need it, like for some labs and stuff, and these usually work better for like Scantron tests and stuff like that, so that's why I carry one of those around with me even though I don't use it on a regular basis. And then I have this cute pink pen just in case I ever want to take my notes in cute pink pen, I guess. And then I have some other pens. This one is just a blue one that I don't really use that much because I don't care for those pens, but these other pens are actually my favorite pens, and I use these to take my notes in class. When I'm taking notes, I'll usually use a pencil because if I screw up, I just like to erase it, but when I'm like reading my books and stuff for class and taking notes on it, I always use pens just so I can kind of differentiate in my notebook between what I took in class and what I took myself while I was reading and stuff. But anyways, as I was saying, these are my favorite type of pens. They are the Pilot G207. Anyways, they look like this. They're just like these ink pens, and they're so glidey and fun to write with, so I really enjoy these ones. I would highly suggest these pens. And lastly, for writing utensils, I just have this permanent marker. This one's just like a random one, not like a Sharpie or anything, and I carry this on me because sometimes for like my ASL class we have to write a name tag to put on our desk and stuff, and I don't know if I ever need a permanent marker. I just have one on me in case I happen to need it. Okay, also, oh wait, here's another pen. This is like the black Pilot G2 pencils, but in blue. I usually use black, but I have a blue one too in case I should happen to need a blue pen. And next, I also have an eraser up here. I don't really use this too much because I usually just use the erasers on the top of my pencils, but I have this just in case I need it. And I also have a highlighter up here. This one is from Sharpie and it's orange, obviously, but I use this for my planner, so whenever I finish a task I always highlight it. I know some people like to scratch it out or like put a check mark next to it, but I just find it more satisfying to highlight something once it's done. I don't know, that's just me. Also up here I have my calculator. This one is a TI-84 plus CE. This is a graphing calculator. I really like this one. You can change like the color and the graphs and stuff. I don't really use it that much anymore because I don't really take any math classes since I'm done with that, but I just have it up here in case I ever should happen to need it while I'm in class, and I honestly don't really have any other place to store it besides in my backpack. I also have one of these Auvi-Qs up here. I do have a peanut tree nut allergy, so I always carry either one of these or an EpiPen on me in case I should have an allergic reaction. Fingers crossed that I don't ever have to do that and use one of those, but I have it on me just in case. I also have some feminine products up here, so we'll just speed right past those. And then lastly, for this front pocket, I have Play-Doh. I actually had to use this in one of my classes last semester, my human development course. My professor actually passed these out to us and allowed us to keep them, which was really nice because I love Play-Doh. I don't really use it anymore. It kind of just stays in the front of my backpack, but if I ever want to de-stress, I guess it's helpful that I have it in there. But I honestly haven't used this since being in that course, so we'll see if it stays in there or finds a home somewhere else in the near future. Okay, and then in this back pocket here, this is my laptop sleeve. I have to have a backpack that has one of these sleeves. I just don't feel comfortable putting my laptop into like my actual backpack. So whenever I was searching for a new bag, I had to make sure that it had one of these because I just feel so much better about my stuff whenever my laptop is back here, and I know that it is like a little bit like cushiony and has its own pocket so nothing is like hitting off of it or whatnot. So this is my laptop. I have a MacBook Pro for school. I could not recommend it enough. I think that Macs are so easy to use and just so simple, and the aesthetic of it is so nice, and I just like them so much better than other computers. So if you're looking for a new laptop for school, I would definitely recommend a MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, whatever, but I just think they're really easy to use and they work well with like all of my stuff for classes. Especially if you are an iPhone user, I think that Mac is like definitely the way to go, just the way that everything is linked, and I couldn't imagine having a different laptop. But anyways, this is my case that I have in. I got this off of Amazon. I've been looking to get a new one because I honestly don't really like this one that much anymore. I got this case maybe 3 or 4 years ago, so I think it is time to update it. I want something a little bit different. I also don't have a like case on my laptop itself, which I probably should invest in because I feel like it would keep it a little bit safer. So I'm probably going to be getting a new one of these in the near future. But anyways, this is its home here in my backpack in this little back pocket, and I don't know if you can see that, but there's actually like a sleeve that it goes in, and this is like cushiony, so it makes me feel a little bit better about carrying my bag around all the time and not having my laptop break. Alright, sorry if the angle changed a little bit. I got a phone call and now the sun is behind some clouds, so it looks a little bit darker. But moving into this main part of my backpack right here, this is basically where I keep a majority of my stuff, and obviously it's the biggest pocket so it can fit the most things. But the first thing that I have in here is my notebook for class. I obviously keep my notebooks for whatever class I'm going to in that part of my backpack. I usually don't carry all of my notebooks with me all the time because that would be a little bit excessive and my bag would be really heavy, which is not fun when you're walking to class. So I usually just bring with me whatever notebook for the class that I'm going to, or if I know I'm going to be working on things for another class, I'll take like that notebook with me so that I could work on things, obviously. But these notebooks that I got are actually from Sam's Club. I usually get these Med 5-star ones. I don't know if that's necessarily what they're called, but the standard notebook that you think of, and the ones with multiple subjects, just because it makes it a little bit easier for like transporting things and mostly everything is all in one place, so that makes it a little bit easier. But when I was getting notebooks for this semester, since I needed new ones, they actually didn't have any of those ones at Sam's Club, so I ended up getting these business notebooks, which I don't know like what is different about them because they're college ruled, which I only use college ruled paper because I think it's just so much nicer to write on. And they have this nice like pocket in the front that's double-sided, which is good because I don't carry separate folders, so it's nice to have it all in there for each class. But what's nice about these ones is the back is like really sturdy, so that way, especially in like classes, if you're writing on a desk that's pretty tiny, at least here at my school, a lot of the desks in lecture halls are like the flip up ones on your seat, and they're like pretty small to the point where like your whole notebook doesn't fit on it, so it is nice to have like this little bit of stability. So I would definitely recommend a business notebook if they're all like similar to this style, you know what I'm saying? But these ones were in a pack of 5, I think, and a pretty good deal as well. So definitely check out Sam's Club, Costco, those kind of places if you're looking to get a good deal on notebooks, because it can get pretty expensive, which is a little unnecessary for paper. Also, I have my planner in here. This one is pretty tiny. I've been using this one since the start of this this school year, so in August. And I actually want to invest in a bigger one because I have some really cute like planner stickers that I got for Christmas, and this one, like the pages are just too tiny to like put stickers on them, and the front part with like all of the like the big calendar on it, that's not very big either, so like the stickers won't really work with it, and I just want something a little different, I think. So I might invest in a new planner soon. That's something that I have to get on top of, but for now this one works. And I always carry my agenda, planner, whatever with me because I like to write stuff down so that I remember to do everything that I have to do. So definitely an essential for college, school, life in general. And then moving on to this last little part in the back of the bag. This is just this little mesh pouch that honestly I just throw like miscellaneous things in. So first we have this hair tie. This is Invisibobble from FabFitFun. I think I got these in, and I love these hair ties, but I always keep one of these in my backpack and my purse too, just in case maybe it rains and I want to put my hair up, or I'm just not loving the way my hair looks down, or if I happen to need to put my hair up for like a lab or something like that, then at least I know that I have one on me. So definitely an essential. And then I also have this little bag of ibuprofen. I should invest in like a little travel bottle, but for now this will do. I just keep these on me in case I get like cramps, headache, anything along those lines. So it's definitely nice to have because then I don't have to run out to the store while I am out on campus. And then I also have another EpiPen, which I don't know why I have another one because there's one in the front of my bag too, but I guess a double protection in case I have an allergic reaction, which fingers crossed that won't happen, but at least I have 2 in case. And I also have a lipstick. So typically in the morning, once I get ready, I will just throw the lipstick that I'm wearing for that day in this little back pocket, so that way I can reapply it throughout the day if I'm not coming back here to my apartment for a while. So the one that I'm wearing today is actually this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea one. This is in the shade Siesta, and it is so pretty. I love these lipsticks, very creamy, comfortable to wear, so definitely would recommend these. And then I also have gum in my bag. I actually just got this pack, but I usually carry some sort of gum, mints, something along those lines, just to have like after I drink my coffee in the morning, so that way my breath's not smelling like coffee all day long. And I feel like having something minty is a nice little pick-me-up and kind of wakes you up during class, so definitely an essential for me at least. And then the last thing in my bag here is a lotion. This one is all messed up because it was sideways in my bag. It is very cold and dry here, so naturally my hands get very dry when I'm walking to and from class. I usually wear gloves to class, especially now that it's like pretty cold outside, but still I feel like my hands just get so dry in the wintertime, and I don't know, I just hate having dry hands. So I love just throwing a little like travel sized lotion into my bag, so that way I can put some on before class starts, like after I get there and take my gloves off, or if I want to put some lotion lotion on before I head back outside again. This one is from Hempz. I actually got this in one of my Ipsy bags. I think it was my January Ipsy. So if you guys haven't seen that video yet, I will link it up there so you can go check it out if you want to. This one doesn't have a scent, but I think it smells pretty good. This is just their original, but it definitely has, it definitely has some sort of scent to it, but it's not like overpowering. I wouldn't suggest bringing with you a lotion that has like a very heavy scent, because I feel like a lot of people are sensitive to smells and you just don't want something that's like too overpowering, especially if you're gonna like put it on during class or like before class or something. So I definitely recommend something a little bit lighter, but having it with me has definitely saved my hands from getting super dry in the wintertime here. And with that, my bag is all empty. So thank you so much for sticking around to the end of this video with me. I hope that it was entertaining to watch or gave you some ideas of things to carry in your bag, whether you're a college student or take a bag like this to work, or a high school student. I hope it gave you some insight on things to add to your bag or products that you might like. So again, make sure you subscribe down below before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. I upload twice a week, Tuesdays and Sundays, and I hope to see you back here in my next video. Bye!